Alright, today we are doing our persuasive paper over the topic of abortion and adoption. I want to start out with a quote by Ronald Reagan. It's kind of profound in my thought. It says, "I've noticed that everyone who is for abortion has already been born." Dr. Seuss says on this, "A person is a person no matter how small." Let's move on to Jeremiah 1:5. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Then in Ephesians 1:5, he predestined us for adoption as sons through Jesus Christ according to the purpose of his will. I have here some statistics from the American Life League. Abortions in the U.S. total from 1973 to 2011 at 54.5 million plus. According to the CDC, 234 abortions per every 1,000 live births. Abortions per year in the United States is 1.2 million. Abortions per day in the United States is 3,288. Abortions per hour in the United States, 137. There are 9 abortions every 4 minutes in the United States. 1 abortion happens every 26 seconds, and not including chemical abortion. Pharmacy experts project about 14 million per year in the United States alone. As statistics show from the World Health Organization, also known as WHO, 40 to 50 million abortions per year worldwide, 125,000 per day. In the United States, nearly 1/2 of pregnancies are unintended. 4 out of 10 are terminated by abortion of those, and over 1,000 abortions per day in the United States, which we discussed already. 22% of pregnancies in the United States end in abortion, and as of 10:12 a.m. today, the 22nd of March 2015, 9,250,940 abortions have already occurred so far this year worldwide. The estimated chemical abortions between 1965 and 2009 in the United States is well in excess of 610 million. Among the abortions, U.S. women who obtained abortions in the United States, a statistic from 2008 according to the CDC, is 52.4% of the women were white, 40.2% were black, and 7.4% were of other races. Suicide rates for teens who are pregnant are 7 times higher than girls who are not mothers. A teenage girl who has had an abortion is 10 times more likely to attempt committing suicide if she has not had an abortion, if she's had an abortion within the last 6 months, than a comparable girl who has not had an abortion. In a statement, Oprah took and revealed that her pregnancy at 14, and due to statements about children under wedlock by her father and criticism from friends, she had thought about committing suicide and even made poor choices, drinking chemicals, stating that she'd had a second chance on life even though she had lost her baby due to her choices. In 1992, as stated by Flango and Flango, there were 127,441 children adopted in the U.S. 104,000 children adopted in 1986. Of those, 53,000 were related to the adoptee, 51,000 unrelated. In addition, another 10,000 were adopted from abroad, as stated by Bakra London Maza. Also by Maza, 50,000 in 1994 is a record low, and 175,000 in 1970 is a high. Throughout the world, there are more than 143 million children who live in orphanages, in overcrowded foster homes, or alone in the streets. Stated on unadopted.org, they are an organization that helps children because so many of the children nowadays, when they get released at 16, don't even know how to cook or take care of themselves and have no financial preparation whatsoever, and end up with a life they are unprepared for. Of the over 100 babies abandoned in Texas each year, about 16 will be found dead. And the law, some of us see the safe side drops, known as Baby Moses Law. An unharmed infant up to 60 days old can be left at any hospital or fire station, no questions asked, just that the kid be safe. And if you do consider adoption, which adoption is such a better ideal, not just for families that can't have kids wanting to adopt, but those who have an option through adoption to give up kids so that they could be taken care of where they couldn't take care of them themselves, no matter what the circumstances of their consideration for abortion. Adoption is always a better choice. God loves this world and all the people in it. Give the kid a chance. But there are 10 steps to adoption. First, you want to learn about adoption, then select an agency, complete a home study. In some cases, the home study can even be paid for or reduced if you're within a county or city. Next, you want to search for a child, exchange info with the child's agency. When you've learned that you have been selected for a child, you meet and visit with the child, and then you receive a placement, finalize your adoption, and then you live as an adoptive family. Never forget that you always have things to learn once you are an adoptive family. And when you open up your heart for one, know that there's always a possibility. Open up your heart for more, and God blesses those who bless others. Thank you, and God bless.